The story of Atlantis begins in about 360 BCE, during the time of the ancient Greeks. It is the story of a paradise described by a philosopher named Plato. The people in Plato's beautiful city were wealthy and powerful, but they weren't just people. They were half god and half human, called demigods. This place wasn't ruled by a president or a king. Instead, its ruler was Poseidon, the Greek god of the seas. In this gorgeous city, flowers bloomed, tree branches waved in the sun, and fruit and grain of every type grew tall under the blue sky. Elephants wandered the land. People made jewelry and decorations from precious metals more valuable than gold. They had plenty of stone for building and carving. The demigods controlled a vast fleet of ships. They traveled all over the world and brought back treasures to decorate their huge houses. They had hot and cold running water in their bathhouses. They had separate baths for men and women and even for horses. They had paved streets and a massive racetrack for their horses. And the people of this city were wealthy enough to build an elaborate temple to Poseidon at the center of town and decorate it with sheets of silver. They carved a massive sculpture of Poseidon standing in a chariot, with 100 attendants riding dolphins around him. Walls of gold surrounded the temple, along with golden statues. These demigods were happy in their paradise. They lived peacefully among the green grass and blue waters. They were wise and calm and not concerned with money or power. They worshipped their gods, and the gods protected them. Greek gods. The ancient Greek civilization worshipped a group of 12 gods and goddesses, led by Zeus, king and chief god, and his wife and queen Hera. Each of the gods and goddesses ruled over different areas of human life. Athena was the goddess of wisdom and war. She was also Zeus's favorite daughter. Apollo was the god of music, archery, and healing. Poseidon, the sea god, created storms. Aphrodite was the goddess of beauty and love. The Greek myths said that the gods and goddesses lived on top of Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in Greece. They married each other, fought each other, and had children together, just like humans. They watched over the lives of humans, and they could protect or punish them as they wished. Plato said that Atlantis was made up of islands lying inside each other in rings. Water separated these rings, and a canal ran right down the middle. This was so ships could sail through. The Atlanteans built their homes using colors of stone, black, white, and red. They decorated all the walls around their islands with brass and tin. Their ships floated in a huge port, and the island had a big flat plain for growing crops. The Atlanteans, Plato said, were perfect. Their life was perfect. Until it wasn't. As the years went by, the Atlanteans started getting greedy. They started becoming more like people and less like gods. They grew selfish and forgot how to get along. They fought with one another, trying to snatch more and more wealth and power. The gods were watching, of course, and they did not like what they were seeing. Zeus, the god of the sky and the ruler of all gods and humans, declared that the Atlanteans needed to be punished. He'd take care of that. In one night, Zeus struck Atlantis down. He sent fire rolling over the city and earthquakes to shake apart the land. Buildings tumbled into the sea, people were swept into the water, and the city of Atlantis, trembling and cracking, sank down, down under the roiling waves to the bottom of the sea, never to be seen again.